This is the continent of Africa, which houses the country of Congo. Surprisingly, it's also where the Congo Crisis happened around 60 years ago. To understand the Congo Crisis, we must first understand how Congo got there. So, by 1885, King Leopold declared the area as his own private property. It was the largest private property in the world and it was known as the Congo Free State. But because of all the atrocities committed towards the Congo people, by 1908, international governments and international pressure made Belgium take control of the Congo from King Leopold. So until 1960, it was run as a Belgian colony, and it was still pretty harsh towards the Congo people, but not as harsh as King Leopold's rule. By 1960, Congo reached freedom led by Lumumba. So Lumumba became Congo's first prime minister. However, Kasavubu, Lumumba's enemy, Lumumba's rival, was elected as the president. So this created a lot of conflict in Congo. Lumumba and Kasavubu have many ideological differences, and only 5 days after declaring independence, the army made a mutiny demanding Lumumba's dismissal. 6 days later, the Belgian population of Congo, including businessmen, their troops, and the army, declared the nation of Katanga at the south of Congo to be theirs and to be independent. It's important to know that Katanga was a very resourceful, rich region. By July 14th, only 4 days later, UN forces arrived as requested by Kasavubu and Lumumba. UN peacekeeping forces protect Lumumba against the army and keep Katanga in check, as it was a Belgian region, and UN didn't want Belgium to have such a great influence in Congo. By August 8th, the resourceful region of Karzai also declared itself independent, under the rule of local leaders. By September 5th, the government of Congo breaks down entirely as a result of the ideological conflict between both leaders. Kasavubu relieves Lumumba of his role, while Lumumba dismisses Kasavubu, creating total chaos in Congo. So both governments are set up, Kasavubu's and Lumumba. So Kasavubu sets up in Leopoldville and the west of the country, while Lumumba sets up in Stanleyville and the east of the country. Meanwhile, the head of the Congolese army, Mobutu, gets closer to the CIA. Neither of them likes Kasavubu. By September 14th, Joseph Mobutu takes control of Leopoldville and the west from Kasavubu, with the assistance of the CIA. Identifying the imminent threat in the region, Lumumba turns to the USSR for military aid and starts turning communist. The East starts being supported by the USSR and the UN. Mobutu and his army realized all their strength and were motivated to unite the rest of Congo. Late 1961, realizing Congo was heading towards civil war, Colonel Mobutu decides to conquer all other three governments. And one by one he He does so and also removes Soviet forces from the country. This leads the US to support him, and by 1966 he has complete control over Congo. Mobutu was seen as an anti-communist and pro-Western, and because of this he was supported by the US throughout the Cold War and until the USSR collapsed. So in 1991, Mobutu stopped receiving support from the US. The major significances of the Congo Crisis were that the UN had the ability to help resolve a conflict if asked by a legitimate government, and the interaction in Congo costed $400 million and almost bankrupted the UN. And lastly, that the conflict escalated superpower conflicts during the Cold War.